Alright, man. So I just finished Welcome to Derry. I don't really watch a lot of TV nowadays, and this show was, it was kind of blowing up all over my feed. I don't really watch a lot of horror content, but for some reason, this kept popping up, and eventually I just finally, I was like, fuck it. I asked my friend who he watches a lot of shows on like those websites. He doesn't pay for Netflix or any of that shit, and honestly, I don't either. I can't imagine paying for that kind of stuff in 2025. I mean, it's almost 2026. I can't even believe it's already almost over, but I can't really pay for that kind of shit anymore. It's just too much, and now I have this website where I can essentially just watch whatever the fuck I want. I used to do that anyways back in the day, like with anime. I'd have like all those different sites back when I was in like high school, but I stopped doing that just, because I kind of just stopped caring about TV, like anime, just TV in general. Like I just stopped caring. I didn't really, I didn't, I just wasn't enjoying it as much. But again, like there was just something about this show. I kept seeing shorts, on YouTube, and just people talking about it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna spoil a little bit here. So like, I probably like, I mean, to take away from this video, I would definitely watch it. I think it's a very good show. I'll say right now, I've seen a little bit of Stranger Things season 5, dude. I don't know. Stranger Things kind of fell off for me. I don't think Stranger Things is really that interesting at all anymore, to be honest. Welcome to Derry, by far, way more entertaining than season 5 Stranger Things. Like, not even it's not even close. But like, I just mostly want to talk about what happened in the first episode. Now I'm going to be getting into spoilers. So you might, if you haven't seen it yet, maybe click off at this point. But all right, so in the first episode, when they introduce like what you assume would be the main cast of characters, this is like really what sold it to me. Like before, I was already kind of enjoying it because I knew I would like it, but like it really wasn't until the end at that first episode, because like, they were kind of getting us to know these characters and stuff. But then once we got to that theater, man, like, I mean, if you already saw it, you already know what I'm talking about. And like the way that they did it with the film, the old film where they, Pennywise manipulated it, and it was just so creepy. Like that's the main thing. It was so creepy. It was so good. It was just some damn good television. And then the way that, like the monster like ripped that Jewish kid in half, and then the little girl. Oh my goodness! Some of these deaths are just like, it's like, it's not like mindless gore like in like, I don't know, like Saw or something like that, or it really makes you feel something. Like when that little girl and bit her arm off, oh my god, that was terrifying. Like, and I couldn't believe they killed like kids like that just so quickly. I mean, it really makes me wonder. I don't even think Stranger Things kills kids, do they? I'm not sure, but like, I can't remember. But oh, that was just really brutal. I mean, and there was another scene, I think it was in the second episode. Like, I really like this atmosphere horror that you kind of get in like Silent Hill, Evil Within, especially. If you play Evil Within, you definitely know. Like, Sebastian, he'll be walking through a door, and then all of a sudden he's like in a whole different world, and that's kind of what happened to what was her name, Lainey Brainbridge or some shit like that. She was in the grocery store, and then all of a sudden like everything started morphing around her. I thought that was awesome. And then she saw the cereal boxes with the pictures of the kids who died in the first episode. That was like also insane. And then there was like also this plot line where, oh, is Phil still alive type shit, we don't know. I always figured he was dead. I mean, it was also kind of spoiled for me a little bit, but not really. Oh my goodness. And Halloran. I at first, the army stuff, it was kind of boring to me. I mean, I was more invested in like the children's story side of things, because especially with what happened at the end of the first episode when they saw Maddie and the dumbass kids are trying to talk to him through the. I mean, I understand this was like the 19 whatever the fucks, so like maybe I don't know. That part did seem a little silly to me, when they thought they could like talk to Maddie, but at the same time, the entity was fucking with them at the same time, so maybe I'll just let that one slide. But yeah, back to Halloran. I never really watched The Shining. I've never really, honestly, when it comes to Stephen King, I have quite a few of his books, but the only one I actually ever really read was It, like the actual novel of It. I never finished it though, but I did read probably like the first 200 pages, something like that. I mean, it's a big book. And I did read a little bit of The Dark Tower. And when I say a little bit, I'm talking like maybe the first 10, 15 pages. I didn't really get too far into it. And I definitely don't know anything about The Shining. So Halloran and all that stuff, that was kind of new to me. And I was trying to stay away from like the internet because I didn't want to get any more spoilers than I kind of already did. So all that Halloran shit, that was very interesting to me. And especially in episode 3, oh my God, when he meets Pennywise and the way that they do that when he's on the plane and he again with that evil within shit, with that atmosphere horror, that like 1 second he's on the plane and now he's like in the fucking sewer with Pennywise. Like, how the hell does that happen? Yeah, I don't even know. But then he sees Pennywise, right? And who are you? That shit was fire. Man, those were like some of the highlights for me. Definitely in the first 3 episodes. I'm struggling to remember more besides like the finale, which was also pretty good, honestly. It was like, as far as like TV series finales goes, that was pretty satisfying to watch. Oh, and I don't really want to talk too much about Rich. That was that was heavy. That was heavy, but like how that was a very it was satisfying to watch that little with him and Marge and the fire. That was pretty crazy. That was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. That was very heavy. It was almost like hard to watch. Very painful. And like I was able to like kind of relate a little bit to that. I mean, no, I never sacrificed myself for a woman, but like the way that he was like, what was he? He was like Mexican or some shit. He wasn't white. And he was with a bunch of white kids, and he was crushing on a white girl. I kind of like saw a little bit of myself in that boy. That's all I'm saying. But yeah. So Welcome to Derry is very good. It's the first TV show that I've seen in a long time that I actually like binged. Like I literally watched it in 2 sittings. Like I watched like the first 2 or 3 episodes the one night, and then I finished it the following morning after I woke up. It was an amazing watch. I'm trying to think the last thing I watched that I enjoyed as much as this, and I mean, Vinland Saga season 2, that was really good, but that was also like a while ago. And there was a few Asian dramas that back when I did have Netflix, they were interesting. I really liked their style of like how they shoot their shows. Like, I don't know if that made any sense, but if you watch a lot of TV and you've kind of noticed, it's different. Like, I don't know, like Squid Games was good too, I guess, but I kind of got bored of it. Like, I don't know, like in general, TV has been pretty boring to me. Like, I don't watch TV. And like even like right now, I have no idea what to watch at this point. Now that I finished Welcome to Derry, I don't know. Like like I said, Stranger Things. It was pretty boring. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really feeling it. I know there was a Wednesday season 2. I mean, I did enjoy the first season, so maybe I'll check that one out. And if I like it, I'll talk about it. But I don't know. I'm not gonna talk about just whatever's popular just for the sake of because it's popular. Like I'm only gonna talk about something if I want to, And Welcome to Derry was definitely worth a video. I love it. It was great. I definitely recommend it. Hope you enjoyed my Captain America gameplay here, beating some ass, and have a good one.